Can a croton actually survive outside in the Arizona desert? Well, you're in wintertime, you've had some cold nights, and you could see a little stress on the lower leaves. But right here, new growth. The plant has actually grown over the last couple of weeks. So even with the cold, it's still pushing forward. And that's great news because a lot of people love this plant, but they're afraid to plant them outside here. So I wanted to test it. Hey everyone, I'm Rick with Tropicals in Arizona, and I use my yard as a testing ground for tropical plants in the desert. So today I'm going to answer some questions you might have about this plant. And our first question is the croton a fussy plant? The answer is yes, especially when you move it. Crotons don't like change, and they show stress early on when you do move them around. But once they settle into a spot that they like, they're actually pretty tough, as you can tell. Now, right now, it's winter, and so you might be wondering, what about the cold? Can a croton handle cold nights in Arizona? Like cold, yes, it's not an issue. Mid to upper 40s usually can handle no problem. As you can see here, this one is doing just great. But once you start getting into the low 40s, uh, high 30s, that's when you need to protect it. Another question most of you probably have: can a croton survive Arizona heat? And this is a big one. Heat itself isn't the problem, it's the sun. Crotons love warmth, but they don't want full all day desert sun. Morning sun with afternoon shade is the sweet spot. Because you generally find these plants at the big box stores, you may wonder, is a croton an indoor only plant? That's a great question. No, that's a common myth. Crotons are a tropical outdoor plant. They're sold as houseplants, but in the right outdoor spot, they actually do better outside. Now, when it comes to size, how big can a croton get? Well, bigger than most people expect. Many varieties can reach 4 to 8 feet tall. This isn't a small accent plant forever. So at some point, I may have to relocate it. Now, how wide will it get? Usually 3 to 5 feet if it's happy. So spacing matters. Giving it room now so you're not forced to move it later is important. And we'll see if I did that or not. Hopefully I did between this plant, this wall, and that palm tree behind it. Should I replant it somewhere else in the yard? Well, maybe, and that's part of the process here. This spot might not be its forever home. I want to see how it handles the heat, sun, and the cold first before I make any decisions on me placing it somewhere else in my yard. Why do I like thinking of my yard as a testing ground? Because if this croton can survive here, our heat, our cold nights, our sun, then it could probably work in a lot of Arizona yards. And that's really what I want to accomplish here on this channel. I want to help people plant these tropical plants outside, and it's possible. And my yard is proof of that. A quick mention of your other crotons here, or a quick mention of my other crotons. I do have a couple of other crotons, one outside in the patio, one inside the house, and really they don't all behave the same. Um, and there's a lot of different varieties, and they're all beautiful. Crotons are just beautiful plants. But this one outside, this is the real test. So, right now, just to recap what we talked about briefly, these are the main things you want to pay attention to: more light, equal brighter color. As you can see, beautiful. So this would mean morning sun or protected bright filtered light like this one. Too much harsh sun equals burn. When it comes to heat, crotons, they can tolerate, they're tolerant if the roots stay cool. They love warmth, but dry heat and reflected heat causes stress. So they like constant moisture. They don't like drying out completely. And mulch makes a big difference if you want a happy tropicals here in Arizona. As you can see, I have a lot of mulch around my plants. Uh, and when it comes to cold, this isn't a leave it alone winter plant. Below 40 degrees, you'll see stress, and frost will definitely cause damage. But if the roots survive, it can rebound in spring. So if you're thinking about planting a croton outside in Arizona, this should give you a pretty good idea of what to expect. Next up, I'll finally show you the patio and how these plants are handling this space. Follow along as the story grows. I'll see you soon.